Riders, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got something special on the table and we're excited to bring you our review of the HJC RPHA-71 Carbon. As the name suggests, this helmet is a carbon fiber upgrade to the already popular RPHA-71 series. So, is this the ultimate luxury sport touring helmet? We'll be testing it on a wide range of criteria to find out. Alright, I'm Toon from Champion Helmets and let's get started. First things first, the RPHA-71 Carbon is a sport touring helmet, a type of helmet that balances elements like an aerodynamic and lightweight outer shell with comfort features like an integrated sun visor. The RPHA-71 Carbon has a double D-ring closure and a recommended retail price of €630, making it one of the most expensive sport touring helmets on the market. Let's see what this helmet is capable of. We'll kick things off with our material segment, where we'll be using our material matrix to look at two factors. First, we look at the material the outer shell is made of, and second, we check the amount of outer shell sizes a helmet is available in. More outer shell sizes is beneficial, as this means that you'll have a more compact outer shell regardless of the size you choose. A more compact outer shell is more effective at protecting your head and also looks a bit better. Let's look at the results. Obviously, this helmet is made of carbon fiber, but it's also available in a whopping 4 outer shell sizes. That's more than most other helmets in this price range and a very good start for the RPHA-71 Carbon. It earns 4.5 stars for its material. Let's see how this new carbon fiber outer shell affects the weight in our next segment. Time to put these helmets on the scale and find out exactly how much they weigh. We use a scale that is accurate to the gram, and to make competition fair, every helmet is weighed in a size M without any additional features like a communication system. Finally, we use our weight matrix to determine star scores. Time to find out how the RPHA-71 Carbon performed. Our scale indicated a weight of 1511 grams, which means that the carbon upgrade is exactly 56 grams lighter than the original RPHA-71. Is this a big improvement? Well, the carbon upgrade is about €150 more expensive, so it's hard not to expect a bigger difference. The original fiberglass version of the RPHA-71 was already a rather heavy helmet, and this carbon upgrade doesn't really solve that issue. Ultimately, it earns 2.5 stars for its weight. Let's move on to our next segment, the visor. To judge the quality of the visor, we'll be using our visor matrix, and here many different visor features and characteristics are listed. Naturally, not every visor feature is equally as impactful on your riding experience, and that's why we've weighed them based on what riders ask us about the most. Let's see what the RPHA-71 Carbon is equipped with. For starters, the RPHA-71 Carbon comes standard with the Max Vision 120 XLT pinlock lens in the box. This is the highest grade pinlock lens with the best anti-fogging performance. Additionally, the visor has a great field of vision and a nice visor mechanism. Finally, behind the outer visor is an integrated sun visor to help you out on those sunny days. All in all, the RPHA-71 Carbon has the exact same visor features as the original RPHA-71 version, earning the same amount of 4 stars. That covers it for our visor segment. Let's move on to our first road test. Alright, it's time to take this helmet out on the road and see to what extent it's able to isolate the outside noise. We measure this by placing a decibel meter close to our test rider's ear, which records the sound the same way as he hears it. We take our measurements from long stretches of open highway, riding and an average speed of 130 km per hour. Finally, we run the results through our noise isolation matrix to determine star scores. In our testing, the RPHA-71 Carbon managed an average of around 100 decibels, a decent result, but it's hard not to expect a little more for one of the most expensive sport touring helmets on the market. All in all, it still earns a solid 4 stars for noise isolation. Let's move on to ventilation. Okay, great. In this segment we'll find out to what extent the RPHA-71 is able to keep your head cool while riding. And we measure this by placing a thermometer inside the helmet that keeps track of the inside temperature at all times. At the same time, we keep track of the outside temperature and compare the two. And then we use our ventilation matrix. The smaller the difference between in and outside temperature, the more stars a helmet earns. But let's take a look at the vents of the RPHA-71 Carbon first. As far as ventilation goes, HJC has opted for a quality over quantity approach. It has a single vent on top, but it's about as large as a top vent can get. The chin ventilation is a similar story with a single large adjustable air intake. Finally, there are two exhausts on the back of the helmet that blend beautifully into the sporty outline of the helmet. During our testing, the RPHA-71 Carbon had a temperature difference of +1 degree Celsius, which means that the helmet is perfectly capable of managing the inside temperature. As a result, it earns a solid 4 stars and matches the competition. On to our next segment. Alright, we've been testing the RPHA-71 Carbon of all kinds of criteria, but is it comfortable to wear? That's exactly what we will be discussing in this segment. It can be a challenge to translate the comfort of a helmet into concrete numbers. That is why for this part we'll be partially relying on the more than 17 years of riding experience of our test rider. He has also tested all the other helmets and can therefore make a comparison like no other. Aside from that, we'll also be taking every comfort feature of the RPHA-71 Carbon into account. Let's look at the results. First, the crown and the cheek pads of the RPHA-71 Carbon are removable, washable and antibacterial, and additionally, the fabric of the inner liner has quick dry properties, which is a nice to have as well. It comes standard with a chin curtain, which basically closes the gap between the chin of the helmet and your neck, preventing any wind from getting through. Our test rider noted that the helmet feels pretty much identical to that of the original RPHA-71, which is not a bad thing as that helmet performed very well in this segment. To be honest, with carbon upgrades like this, usually the inner liner of the helmet stays exactly the same, and such is the case here. The RPHA-71 Carbon earns the same 4 stars as the original version, definitely a comfortable helmet. Okay, one more segment to go before our final conclusion, and it's an important one. Here we'll be discussing all the features the RPHA-71 Carbon is equipped with. We do this by using our features matrix, in which lots of different features are listed. Naturally, not every feature is equally as impactful on your riding experience, and that's why we've weighed them based on what riders ask us about the most. Now that's clear, let's have a look at the results of the RPHA-71 Carbon. First off, the RPHA-71 Carbon has slots and speaker pockets for the HJC 11B, 21B and 50B communication systems. It's prepared for these in systems in such a way that you can fully conceal them inside the shell. Additionally, the 71 Carbon is equipped with an emergency quick release, it's glasses friendly and it has been wind tunnel tested. This allows HJC to adjust the design of the outer shell and make it as aerodynamic as possible. In summary, the HJC RPHA-71 Carbon has a strong list of features and earns an impressive 4.5 stars for this part. We've gone through all of our criteria, let's continue to our final conclusion. Here we go. Let's start by briefly summarizing the performance of the RPHA-71 Carbon. It had an amazing start in our material segment, where it earned 4.5 stars for its carbon fiber outer shell and a whopping 4 outer shell sizes. Then in our weight segment, it weighed in at 1511 grams, earning 2.5 stars. It managed to be 56 grams lighter than the original RPHA-71, but there are a few competitors that managed to be even lighter. After weight came our Visor segment, where it earned a solid 4 stars for having a Max Vision 120 XL3 pinlock lens as standard in the box. It has an integrated sun visor, a wide field of vision and a great visor mechanism. In our road test segments, the RPHA-71 Carbon earned 4 stars on noise isolation with an average measurement of 100 decibels. And another 4 stars on ventilation for having a 1 degree difference between the inside and outside temperature. In our final 2 segments, it earned 4 stars for comfort, where it was very similar to the original RPHA-71. And finally on features, it earned 4.5 stars for having extensive preparations for HJC communication systems, having a quick release, being wind tunnel tested, and finally for being glasses friendly. All in all, the HJC RPHA-71 Carbon earned an average of 3.9 stars, for which you pay €22 per star. So, is it that much better than the RPHA-71? Well, this carbon version does perform better on material and weight, but that pretty much sums up all of the differences. It's one of the best performing sport touring helmets, but also one of the most expensive. It's designed for those who are willing to spend top dollar for a flashy and luxurious helmet. We also know that a lot of riders love the way carbon fiber looks on a helmet, and I'm pretty sure they'll like the look of this. Our review of the RPHA-71 Carbon has come to an end. While it's far from the most budget-friendly helmet, it does set a high standard performance-wise. As always, we're curious to know what you guys think, so don't hesitate to let us know in the comments below. You can find the HJC RPHA-71 Carbon and all of its sport touring competitors at championhelmets.com, where we offer the lowest price guaranteed and have very sharp discount bundles. Leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in your feed. As always, ride safe and buy smart. Until next time.